Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 71. Today, I'm joined by, as always, Steven Sims.
I'm very tired.
And also very tired, Daniel, never really.
I am not tired. I'm awake. I have coffee.
You're tired. Who cares about those two, though? Because today, ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by a special guest from Just for Fun Games, Nick.
Hey.
What up, y'all? That's your last name.
Our only returning guest so far.
Yeah, returning. Yeah, congratulations, Nick. Big step.
Oh yes, man. I appreciate it.
About it.
I am about to say I like to, talk about games. That's one of my favorite things. It's like I never get to do that as a kid. Now it's like games are mainstream. Everybody wants to talk about games all of a sudden. I'm like, oh, now you want to talk about games? See how it is.
I was here from the beginning.
Yeah, I was here in the Nintendo age of growing up in elementary school. Nobody wanted to talk about Mario, Sonic, or anything like that. I was like, yo, you
nerd. That's
hey,
fucking
cool. Look where we come now.
Man, there were kids doing a Fortnite dance.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to talk about that Fortnite dances. I'm glad my kid passed that phase.
Good.
Now he's not asking for V-Bucks now. He's asking for Robux, I guess, whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure Sims could tell you all about that. Anyways, Nick, you host Just for Fun Games. You're one of the co-hosts over there. Tell me a little bit about that. What goes on over there? Where people can get it?
For right now, we only do it on YouTube. We like to do it live, but crappy ass connections out here in the Carolinas. But yeah, it's just two guys nerding out, talking about games, movies. Right now, I think last thing we just posted was the Loki episode 1. I'm trying to upload episode 2 right now, so hopefully that'll be on later today. So yeah, check it out. Check us out, Just for Fun Games.
Yeah, definitely check them out. I subscribe to your channel. It's a good time. I like your videos quite a bit. Loki, though, you been enjoying it?
Oh hell yeah! About to say,
really second episode.
Yeah, second episode, because normally we do, like, when we do the videos we do it at night. And my friend, other host, he's like, "Hey, you at work?" I'm like, "No, let's do it right now." I'm like, "Oh shit, he's got some things he wants to talk about," and pretty much it was him the whole show talking about it. I was like, "Yeah, you knew," because he knows more. Yeah, he knows more about the comic stuff.
Oh, okay.
And he was putting his theories on what was happening. Also, I was like, "Yeah, cool." It's what it is. So I was like, "Yeah, I just like the episode. It was pretty deep, and it's going real fast." So
yeah, definitely. There's only 6 episodes, so they kind of have to.
Yeah, and I had like a theory of why we getting it on Wednesday, because maybe something to deal with the Black Widow coming out in a couple more weeks. I don't know. So we'll see.
Yeah. This is gonna run into that a little, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. It's a good point. Because I kind of hated that Switch. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to talk about some video games. Today, we're going to just kind of recap E3 a little bit. We're going to all talk about our favorite games and what we thought of all of it. E3 is now over, right? Or is it still?
It was officially over yesterday. Yeah.
Okay. Thank God. Sims is exhausted on video game news. I don't know if you guys noticed.
My brain is frazzled. I can't process any more video game news, and I've got so much respect. Everyone's like posting all their like YouTube content, and like we put out a bit, and that even made me tired. Like having
I was actually surprised on how much content y'all were putting. And I was like, ugh.
Yeah,
I was like, man, these guys are putting out videos every day.
Yeah,
we tried. Yeah,
super proud of it. Like I'm really super proud. But like the people have like. There's people that have like live reacted, then poke, like kind of funny, and like all the podcasts like the Waypoint podcast and Point in Progress, and they're just like props to you guys for like having to do that all the time. Like, and I know it is enjoyable, but it's hard work. Like it really, really is. And like listen to kind of funny the other day, like earlier or whatever. Like Tim's lost his voice. Like it's it's crazy. Like it's such a busy time for everyone. Like. It's great. It's a great time, but it's hard work. But you got to put the hard work in to get the results. And I've had my vaccine as well. Like, I'm not just tired because of like E3. I've had my vaccine. I just don't feel great. I just feel terrible.
That means you got a good immune system.
Yeah, I hope so. I felt all right when I first had it, and then my arm went a bit dead, and now I just can't seem to like be awake. Like, I'm just very tired.
Yeah, your body's just trying to fight something foreign. You'll be fine.
Thanks, Dr. Nick.
I'm not Nick.
It's a
I'm the one that said it.
It's a sim. It's a sim.
I would have just been like, well, you're just gonna have to tough it out.
yeah.
Should know Nick actually is a doctor.
It was a Simpsons reference, but never mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll
Anyway.
say Simpsons reference.
We will now.
Hey, everybody!
Hey, Dr. Nick. There you go.
All right, we're not gonna recap E3 just a little bit. I want to just talk about the conferences. What our thoughts were overall, whatnot. We didn't get to talk about the Nintendo one. We did post shows for the Square Enix one, the Microsoft one, and the Ubisoft one. So if you want to get some of mine and Daniel's in-depth thoughts about those, you can go check over there. But one we did
ranted
not
pretty
cover
much.
was the Nintendo conference.
Yeah.
That happened on Tuesday. It was about 40 minutes long, right? Right around there.
Yeah.
That was the exact time. Yeah. At it though, they announced Metroid Dread coming out this fall. We got Breath of the Wild 2 trailer finally. Guardians of the Galaxy is getting a port, I guess.
The cloud thing.
Cloud.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
up in the cloud. Ooh. What did we think of the Nintendo conference? Just aside from the games, did we think the presentation was good, etc.? Daniel.
Overall, as a conference, just as not announcements, but the conference, I don't think it was great. I wasn't crazy about how they did everything. The announcements, obviously exciting. They did a lot of cool announcements. I think that they still, I don't know, their cadence and pacing isn't always great. They kind of stop and then they'll have long segments and then short segments. I just feel like they need to get the cadence way better just to show me the trailer, Like it could have been even cut down to maybe 30 minutes and it'd be even better. So I just think overall as a conference, I wasn't crazy about it, but come on, Metroid's back. Let's go.
Sims, were you hyped about this? Excited? You didn't seem too happy afterwards.
I don't know. It was a good conference. It gave a lot of people what they wanted, but for me, I got nothing out of it. But like when they announced the Metroid, and then they announced the Advance Wars, and then they announced what did they announce? Monkey Ball. Like all these kind of like IPs that I've never really visited. Like, but when the Advance Wars one, especially the Advance Wars one, I was like, I had a smile on my face. So I was like, there's a hell of a lot of people right now absolutely fucking buzzing. Like they're so excited for this, but unfortunately, it just wasn't for me. And then when they got to the Zelda announcement, I was like, surely we're gonna get some Zelda like Wind Waker or and then we'll get Breath of the Wild 2, 20 or 21 day, and we didn't get it. So nothing really serviced me, and it just. And then the Game and Watch, and offered the things they just revisited. I mean, how many times did we see 2 Point Campus? Like, and then they showed it again,
Yeah, like every conference,
which is fair enough. It needs all the, the more eyes on it, the better. I mean, 2 Point Hospital was great, but then they showed Guardians of the Galaxy, and I was like, we already know this is, and I was like, okay, it's coming on the Switch, fair enough, but like. It wasn't for me, but it was a good conference. Like, I was surprised at the reception after. Everyone was like, that was the best conference I've ever seen. Like, that was the best Nintendo conference we've had in a while. And I was like, yeah, fair enough. You got your Metroid. Weird placement for the Metroid being like in the first third. And then you went down the line of like, we're not really fussed about that. I'm not really fussed about that. Just get to the good stuff. Then we got like a weird Super Mario, which was like, is this DLC? And then I was like, oh no, it's a full game. I was just like, it just wasn't for me. Like I'm not complaining. Like congratulate. Like I'm so happy for people to get Metroid. Like even I'm interested in playing that Metroid game. So yeah, it was alright. It was good. But I don't know. I wanted Wind Waker. I'm gonna do this every time we get a Nintendo Direct now. I just want Wind Waker, and it's not hard because they've already got the Wii U port. So just put it on the Switch. It's not hard.
Copy and paste.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
Simple. Okay, it's not hard.
It's
I get
not
it.
hard.
Shit. Soft, if anything. Yeah, I'm pretty much with you though. There wasn't really anything for me at the Nintendo conference. I'm just not, I mean, Metroid didn't really do it for me. Same thing with Advance Wars, stuff like that. I see why people enjoyed it. I get why they all liked it, but yeah, no, wasn't too in it. Nick, what did you think of Nintendo?
I learned my lesson about Nintendo. if you're hoping for something in this conference, it ain't gonna be there. Bayonetta 3 wasn't a no-show. They mentioned Metroid Prime 4, but they gave us Dread, so that kind of be like, okay, you can pass for right now. And Breath of the Wild 2, still no release date, so
not even the title.
Yeah, not even the title. So at this point, Nintendo, yeah, okay, you got the games that everybody likes. What was it? You got Advance Wars, WarioWare, Mario Party. Yeah, okay, yeah. I know why Nintendo fanboys are all excited. They're like, yeah, we got games and stuff, but those aren't my games.
I have a question.
I like Net. Go ahead, bro.
I'm so sorry. What the fuck is WarioWare? Like, why are people excited for this game?
I don't get it.
It makes no sense to me.
It's just an insane. It's pretty much like a Mario Party, but with Wario.
That's what
you're doing. Yeah, I mean, it's like 2 players now, but I mean, it's. I don't know if y'all remember on the Vita there was one called Frobisher Says. It was pretty much the same thing. It's just a whole bunch of mini games, and it was stupid, wacky, crazy stuff. But other than that, Nintendo's conference, I thought it was okay. But there wasn't nothing that was like grabbing my attention. Like, okay, Life is Strange is coming out here. Okay, that game's coming out on everything else.
It got me so hyped with that trailer because I was like, oh, there's going to be a spin-off game where they combined and they have this really cool art style. But then it was just like, no, this is just a unique trailer to show off that 2 upcoming games coming to Switch. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it set me up too. I was like, okay, they're getting their own thing. And it's like, nope, it's coming out. First one, and True Colors, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
But I mean,
completely dissing the characters from Life is Strange too, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, where are they? Where's Daniel? Like, what the fuck?
Where am I?
Yeah, I mean, at least, it could show me give me another Mario Kart or something. Like, get me pumped up for my Switch. And another thing, no announcement about the next Switch or anything like that to get me like, okay.
I've been telling you guys this for 2 weeks. Don't be.
You didn't tell Nick anything. All right.
Well, okay, I meant you guys. Like, don't expect it. Like,
hey, look, it's not on my radar at this point right now. Anyway, I'm fine with my Switch with what I got. Am I playing like the next gen like PS5 or Series X graphics on my Switch? No, that's why I got those consoles for that. Unless I hope they don't have Nintendo exclusives on that console. Where it'd be like, oh, you can only play this on the like new Switch. Yeah, like new Switch. But I hope they don't do that route. But no, Nintendo, yeah, they will. I mean, like, hey, Mario Kart 9. Yeah, like Mario Kart 8 Plus, whatever they want to call it these days. It's only exclusive on the Switch Pro. And I'm like,
I
already got it.
Even like a couple years after the Switch Pro comes out, I think they'll just start making it exclusively for the Pro.
I don't think so. I think they might have a few.
They've just done it before, right? With the 3DS one.
But it wasn't like 5 games. It wasn't much. Maybe I don't really think they'll do that. They don't want to split the audience.
One thing I was disappointed by is with this Breath of the Wild 2 release date. I think the way they phrased it makes it sound like it's further out than anyone anticipated. I think we were all, I don't know, in my mind, like spring 2022 was like the latest this game was gonna end up coming out, and now I think like early 2023
latest is like
probably your best
spring
bet.
2023.
Yeah, exactly.
You looking way far out.
Yeah. Targeting 2022. It's like, okay, you guys are just targeting 2022.
Yeah, the way
how far out are we?
That's the way Onuma said it. Like, he was just like, we're targeting 2022. Like, with Nintendo, targeting doesn't really mean it's an exact thing.
A little weird too, because like I've been super deep into all these Breath of the Wild 2 theories and whatnot. I get super into this shit, and they're definitely using parts of the same map. So I wonder, like, okay, what's going on here? How much work are you guys putting in? Like, why is this game taking 6 years? It's a very strange.
Good question.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, Nintendo, and then we'll go quick with the other ones. What do you want to say, son?
I just had a quick shout out. The Smash Brothers reveal was interesting.
Oh,
I
dude.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed him just chucking things off the cliff. And then Kirby floating away.
The Kazuya, the meme of Kazuya just throwing everything off is so good. Like, I saw like stuff of him like throwing off other characters from different franchises, or even throwing off the other like showcases. It was a meme of him throwing all the E3 stuff off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to repeat myself, but like, yeah, it was for other people. It was like when we did all the recaps that we were supposed to be doing. Like, we were supposed to do a pro show for Nintendo, but like Daniel was at work, and me and Connor, like, I think we both thought the same. I was like, "Oh, what are we going to talk about? Like, we don't have the history with Metroids, and all we can do is sit here and moan that the Zelda date is not great, and I don't want to see WarioWare's boogers or whatever." Like, unfortunately, it targeted like Nintendo fans from yesteryear. Do you know what I mean? Like the hardcore Nintendo fans. It didn't target the people that picked up the Nintendo Switch after so many years from the GameCube. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, yeah, I don't know.
Come on, Sam. You just want that Wind Waker.
Honest to God, like
I do too. I do too.
It's not.
That was my favorite Zelda game.
It's not hard.
Not hard, Nintendo. It's not hard. Then the day before that, Capcom did a little thing. All they really announced is that they're starting production on DLC for Resident Evil Village. That was about it.
Great production. The video was good. Like the production in the video that they brought out was great. In all honesty, like ever since we started doing this, like watching how they put these videos together, I was like, it's really clever. Like I enjoyed it, and the presenter was great. She was very, she sounded optimistic, and like, sometimes it's nice to watch like a good put together show, but unfortunately they just had nothing to put with it, and it was just like, I think what day was this? Monday, so we all kind of knew that nothing was going to be great, especially the little shows. So when we got to like the Capcom things, we're just like, okay.
I definitely agree with the production value of it, but that like Capcom and I think maybe Gearbox are the two that are like, you did not need to even do anything at all. Like, it was just a complete waste of time. It was a waste of your money, to be honest. Like, I'll just get into my overall thoughts real quick then, because I have a lot to say about, like, I think I love Keighley and what he's doing. His show might have been one of the better ones, other than maybe Xbox and Nintendo. But he's muddying the water, trying to be right next to E3. Everyone is trying to do their own conference. It is just scattershot. You're seeing these indie games 7 times. I don't need to see these indie games 7 times at one of like 2 Point Campus. I don't need to see that. Like, just because you can do a conference does not mean you need to do a conference. Like, I like this better in 1 week than it was last year. It was once a week we got something. That was just ridiculous. This is just slightly better, but then it's just people are trying to do a conference where they don't need to. Like, just don't be there. This is E3. This is supposed to be E3. Maybe it's also the ESA's fault. This is E3. You're supposed to bring it. If you're not going to bring it, then that's it. Just don't be there.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I don't know. The conversation or the emails that like Gearbox and Capcom got, and Take-Two and Koch Media, like what was said in that email? Oh, we're doing E3. Would you like to be a part of it? Feel free to put together a highlight reel of anything you may have upcoming, or things that you want to can't think of the word, promote. And then you could be a part of it. And then I said, "Oh, okay, we'll do that." 6 weeks later, we've got together a great highlight video. It's between 30 minutes long. And then E3 is like, "Yeah, okay, you'll be shown live Monday at 10 p.m. my time." What was Randy Picture? Randy Picture was like, "Yeah, we're gonna show some sneak peek of the Borderlands film and the Tiny Tina thing and talk shit."
That we already saw.
But then that goes to what Jeff Keighley's thing, having it first. I mean, was that discussed?
We already saw it.
I mean,
It could have went at least went in depth with like some gameplay on that or whatever.
Anything. The game's coming out next year. Early next year is what they said.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like you guys don't have gameplay ready with that. That one was a little
anything. Weird. A different cinematic trailer I would have been cool with. Anything different. Like, it barely... I don't know.
I'll say...
real quick, back to this Resident Evil DLC. Sorry, Sims.
Oh, go on. It's fine.
Okay. Back to this Resident Evil DLC. What do we want to see from this, real quick? I'll take like some big lady DLC, maybe.
I'm about to say, you know what we want. You know
Oh
what we
yeah.
want.
I just wanted you to whip out that tattoo.
Yes, he did.
I figured you did.
I'll take that though. You walk around as a 9 foot tall big lady and just, I don't know, scare people or whatever. On DLC.
Just
Yeah,
Maybe a Sheva DLC.
Now, did they
Like,
say
Sheva
around
was
what
in the
time
back all
frame?
the time. No, I don't think they said anything really.
Okay, then I'll give you a prediction. If this is like maybe next year,
Mhm.
VR support for the PSVR 2.
Oh, okay. I could see that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
me too. Good shout.
Why
It depends on how long it is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It could be like, I want to say it would be like the full game in VR. It may be like a little side story kind of deal, or something like how they did the 7, where it was the demo. You were able to play that in VR before the main game, or something like that.
Yeah, 7's DLC was all about Ethan, so I don't know. Or no, not Ethan. Chris. They
They had
played-
Well, there's
multiple
two.
Yeah, there's
There's
multiple DLCs for that. They had
one of
one
them you
with
were playing,
Chris. Chris,
There was And then Zoe was the other big one.
yeah, Zoe, and then
Okay.
it was just some random dude in the basement trying to get out or something like that.
No, I don't know.
And
Maybe
the one
you
time-
play as the Duke and you just sell shit to people,
I think my I have one realistic one, and then one I think is the theorized one. My realistic one is it's probably something with Chris, what Chris was doing the whole time. You probably just play that. I think my fan theory one is Ada Wong was supposed to be in the game, and they cut her from the game. Maybe that could be a DLC of why she was here.
That'd be cool.
I have a theory.
What's
Yes.
the theory, Sims? That'd be good.
The Duke
hmm
goes to the shops and buys himself a shirt that fits. That's it.
Mm.
He just goes to the mall, and they're like, "Sorry, sir, we don't do that size." And he's like, "This is
Does like anything
discrimination."
happen along the way, or
Nothing.
like,
That's it.
just-
You just nip
no?
into every show you
Okay.
can find. Your Knicks. You mean big and tall menswear.
Definitely has to be a
Giacomo,
big and tall store.
Giacomo.
He
and-
even walk.
I think so.
It's a
I-
great question.
Of course, I just
You can
think he's
roll.
lazy.
Never get to see it.
You definitely roll. I just don't want to see his belly button next time I buy myself some ammo. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to
Nah.
see that.
It's uncomfortable.
Nobody wants to see that. But no, I think Nick's on the money. I think it'd be just straight PSVR game, like the full game, just in VR. Why not? They did it last time and it worked.
I mean, they're also doing RE4, so
People did love that.
they keep doing it.
no RE4 remake. Is the dream dead?
We'll get it.
Do you
no,
think so?
No, there's 2 RE teams. The other one's making
But
it.
do you
That's part of-
think so though?
No,
Like,
what happened with that earlier
Yeah.
in the year is they switched teams because they had the team that made the Resident Evil 3 making it, and then they switched to the A team making it. So kind of, I don't know how much it restarted production, but I'm expecting that like late 2022. But we'll get a reveal.
For
No,
Ja- for
at this
January,
point, I would
February
expect it.
23.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was exactly what I was gonna say.
2023. Yeah, I can see that.
Thank you,
Okay.
John.
Also, that day was the PC gaming show. I didn't watch this one. Doesn't really look.
No,
like
that was
too
on
much.
Sunday.
Yeah, it was Sunday.
Whatever. Yeah, the day before then. What is
Hmm.
time? Who cares?
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Did anyone watch this one?
No,
I watched them all.
I saw a little bit of it. I think there was like one game that I was like, that looked kind of interesting. And it's like, oh, it's coming out for consoles too. I was like, okay, then I don't need to worry about the PC then. I think it was called Solstice. Kind of looked like a Devil May Cry kind of deal looking game. We'll see how it
Yeah,
turns
was,
out.
was this the one that had the dinosaur game? I forget what it was called.
No.
Was that the
I know which
future
game
game
you-
show?
I don't,
That might have been
I
the
could be
future
wrong.
games.
Could
But
be
I
wrong.
could. I don't remember.
There's
it
so
was
many
okay.
games. It was so many games.
Yeah, the PC game show had a pretty good production value, but like it's just another not necessary show. to
PC
be
gaming
honest.
shows always there, which is fair enough. Like,
Yeah.
I think they had every right to be there. It just speaks to a different audience. Like the PC is a PC thing for me. I see PC. I'm like, nah, I'm all right. It was late for me as well. It gets as it goes for the day. It gets later for me. So I think it was on like 10:30, 11, and I think I just put together a video for us, and I just saw some weird astronaut like shit, and I was like, nah, I'm done. I think it was like the bits they were doing in the show.
Yeah, there was Day 9 and Mika doing bits and stuff. Like,
So
I don't know.
I just checked
It was
out.
alright.
It's the end of the day, like it was all the same, other than the Xbox and Nintendo. They were all just treading on each other's feet. Though no one had a conversation. It was almost like the complaints we had last year, but closer together. Like
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna talk about like smaller shows, on Saturday we had the Guerrilla Collective and then the Wholesome Games. Those two were really good.
Yeah,
I really liked those two conferences. And then it just seemed like we kind of saw the same games after that. You know?
Yeah, the Guerrilla Games, they showed a game, Fire Girl. That looked decent. That looked really. I like the look of that. And then I didn't get to the Wholesome Games. I was watching football. Yeah, but it was all good. All the indies. I will say what I want to say. Like the indies won this. Like indies won. Who won E3? The indie scene won in the E3. Like there's so much of a spotlight on them. Like all these like little mini developers that like making the games all through lockdown and all throughout the years. They shone so bright this year. Like if you're an indie, if you were in the right place at the right time. Indie games, they won this year. Like, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Indies always win.
I just feel like this is the best we've ever seen indie games at an E3. And there's so many games, like, I can't even remember, but I'd seen so many indie games, like the Tetris top-down, like, what's it called?
Yeah, that was called Loot River.
It looks sick. Like I was like, this looks dope, man. I was like, yeah, all right. It's like, oh, you can get one of the bad guys to follow you, and then you can like, bring them over to like on their own, so you're not fighting 6 of them. And I was like, yeah, sound like clever idea that. Like, I just feel like there wasn't a lot for me. I had a good time. I'm just saying, like, Natalie left it a bit disappointed, but I think she really wants to Silent Hill, but I think the whole world does. But
you forget that game. It ain't never
Have you
coming
been
back.
following these theories with this Blue Box Studios or whatever the fuck?
Yeah, I saw the posts, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not believing any of this Silent Hill, man. This game is done.
like, man, it's
this game is done.
Everyone's like, Kojima's secretly the producer behind it.
Like, they were like,
I'm like, what?
It's like, yeah, I got a game that starts with an S and ends with an L, and everybody's like, oh, Silent Hill.
Fucking trolls. Like, they know what they did.
Like, we apologize.
Okay, yeah. That's we'll move on for the PC gaming show. They could have just not had that, called it the big nerd show no one cares about. Warner Brothers also had a thing that day. They just showed off more Back 4 Blood. Still excited.
Yeah, they showed off the PvP where you can play as like the zombies versus the survivors.
Same thing from Left 4 Dead. That's cool.
Yeah.
Square had their thing that day. We have a video on that, so you can get in-depth thoughts over there. But again, they revealed the Guardians game. We got some Black Panther DLC for Marvel's Avengers. A little bit more Life is Strange True Colors, and then that Final Fantasy Origins game got revealed officially.
I never got to speak on the Guardians thing. Like, call me. I know we heard about it, and we
real quick. My favorite part of E3 was when the Guardians thing came up, and then I texted in Discord like, "Oh fuck, that's cool." And then Sims goes, "You have no right to be excited for this with how much shit you talk about Avengers." Then I look at the gameplay and I'm like, "Oh, it is just Avengers." You're right, Sims. It does look like shit.
I mean, I looked at it. I was like, I had the football on. So this weekend I had like 2 TVs, like football, soccer for the Americans, and then E3. And I was watching the football for 2 secs, and all of a sudden the Guardians were on the telly. I was like, "Oh shit, this looks like the Avengers." And I was like, but I was still excited. I've not spoke about it, but like this looks great. Like this looks like everything that Avengers should have been. Like, I mean, before Avengers came out, I was all up for and even during the 200-hour playthrough, I was putting in like, I was like, yeah, the games as a service is great, blah blah blah. But like after it's just dead on its arse, and nothing seems to be helping it. Like looking at the Guardians is like you play Star-Lord, you make this, you have banter with the team, you make decisions. And it looks great, and it looks like a cheap Guardians film, like if that makes sense. And then Avengers it looks and plays like Avengers. It looks like it's gonna play like the Avengers, like just that. nasty, rough combat, if that makes sense. Do you know what
Nasty.
I mean? Do you know what I'm saying though? I'm
Yeah, yeah.
pleasantly surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised. I genuinely can't wait to play it. Like October release date, you're just like, here, I'll have some of that. I was like, San, I'll have some of that. Thanks.
Stoked. The Square presentation do anything for you, Nick?
I enjoyed it. Guardians was there. I wish like the whole playing a Star Lord thing. I wish you can be like Final Fantasy VII combat where you can swap between the characters instead of just playing as instead of playing just as Star Lord, but you're actually hitting the buttons to do a certain move with another character.
Yeah, it looked just like it looked kind of Mass Effect-y with
I'm like
the way you control your squad, right?
Yeah, it looked kind of iffy. Like, obviously, it's an early game. It kind of, frames were dropping in the presentation. But, I'm hearing you already bashing Avengers, and I'm like, damn it, I kind of like the Avengers.
I love the Avengers. I genuinely love it. It's just hard to defend a game that's not defending itself. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
because at this point, you're bringing me Black Panther. Like the presentation, I'm like, okay, they're gonna show Black Panther and maybe some other stuff after that. No, just Black Panther. And I'm like,
in like 2 months, you have nothing to show for it. Oh my god!
Like where's Spider-Man? I'm like, come on, man.
Don't even. It might not even come out at this point.
Yeah, even my friend, he's like, after if Black Panther doesn't bring everybody back, you can just forget all your characters. I'm like, no, I want Captain Marvel. It's like, why do you want to play as Captain Marvel in there? I was like, I just want to do photo mode.
It'd be so fun. Yeah.
Photo mode with Captain Marvel.
It was just like this was like prime opportunity to. You got thousands of eyes on it. Like the people are watching it for watching its sake. So obviously they're there for. You've got an audience for Final Fantasy. You've got an audience for the possible Guardians game. You've got an audience for that
Babylon's Fall.
That one. So obviously put this one smack bang in the middle, and then with all the eyes, chuck in loads of bits like show them a Spider-Man teaser, show them a Black Panther, show them more. Here's the raid, here's this, here's that, and then it's on sale. Like just chuck a sale on it there, and then people will either buy it because it's on sale. They've got all this new content, and then obviously they've got Spider-Man teaser. It just get everybody excited. But it was just like, let's show you something that was coming. Here's Black Panther, a bit of a nice little trailer. See you later. Do something to help yourself. Like you're in shit. Like sort your lives out and just defend yourself. Like it upsets me that you just said I really like the Avengers, and I was sat there bashing it. I've been on podcast dedicated to Avengers. Like I love this game. Like I absolutely adore it. But I can't keep defending a game that's just in the corner, just getting shit on because it's not willing to help itself. Like I can only help so much. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you think it'd be a good idea for this game to go free to play? At least the base game for now?
100%.
Yeah.
Just cut it.
He just.
I don't like his negativity.
It's so funny. It's so funny because I am in between Connor and then Sims. That's me. I played that game. I beat the story. I have a level 50 character. I don't know what level my character is, but I have like a level 50 character.
I have every character at level 50.
And it's like, I'm in between. Like, I do like the game. I don't love the game. I think it could be way better, but like, they should just cut their losses at this point. Like, no one's talking about Black Panther. I mean, maybe it got buried over the week, and that makes sense because so much happened, but like, maybe that wasn't the right time to show it then.
I know there's like a fan base for Black Panther. I know most people are excited for it, but you got to look at that's not what everybody wants. They want to see more content for this game. Keep it alive, like give me a big major event for this game. Like not saying like a DLC kind of deal because the DLC is already free, but something like big, something threatening, like even
the
the
new
bosses.
Villain coming.
Yeah, like even the bosses. Like I'm tired of playing against what is it? I can't even remember
Abomination.
The character's name. Abomination, Taskmaster. Give me somebody else.
Is it still just those two?
No, there's the
there's the
Hulk ripoff, and then there's
Maestro.
There's two ships: Taskmaster, Abomination, and Maestro. Well, there's been a raid rumored for months. Like From Arabella went in this raid that hasn't released yet.
Yeah, he played it in like November.
It's just sad. It's just, I don't know what's going on. Like,
Insane.
they're trying to sort this balancing out. I don't know. I feel like Cyberpunk's gonna get fixed before Avengers. Like, that's where we're at.
Oh Lord. Well, they better figure out something soon because Guardians is right around the corner, and everybody's gonna forget Avengers when
Don't get me wrong.
Guardians
There's
comes
people.
out.
I'm in a group chat on Facebook. I mean, on communities on Facebook, communities on like, I've still got things like muted on my phone, and people are talking about it every day, playing it. They're having a good time. But what can you do? You get to level 50 now. You can level up a bit more. Like, I put 200 hours into this game. I got everything I could possibly get out of it now. Like, I didn't finish the Hawkeye because I was like, I may as well just wait until the game gets better and then gives me a reason to actually play it. I tried it on the PS5. It was great. I didn't like the DualSense things, like, but that's just me. Like, anyway, it's just, I don't know. It's hard. Like, go back 6 months ago, and I'm in this podcast going, playing Avengers every day, loving Avengers, best thing ever. Like, I don't get why you don't like it. Oh, don't worry about it. Couple of months time, we'll have a great time. We'll have all the characters, and I'm sat here wrong, and I don't like being wrong.
You just sit there in your wrongness. Yeah, they also showed the Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins trailer. That was officially revealed. Name. Yeah, a horrible name.
Chaos.
The devil's out now. I guess it's finally working. Chaos.
Yeah, it's finally working.
Did you play it, Nick?
I played like 10 minutes, and I was like,
yeah,
okay, I'm done. I'm not playing this. No, like it sounded cool. Yeah, it sounded cool in theory. Like, oh, Final Fantasy, Dark Souls, Bloodborne kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Even the tutorials, I was getting like confused. Like, so what does can I parry? It's so weird. It's just trying to rip off, the Soulsborne style, and it's not hitting.
Yeah, initially I thought it looked okay, but I rewatched that trailer again. I don't know. It looks like a last gen game. Even the previous gen before that. That's what type of game it looks like. I just thought I don't know what they're going for here. Yeah, it's very odd. I don't know why they're going this direction with Final Fantasy. Like, if you're gonna make a spin-off of Final Fantasy, wouldn't you want to just like bring back Final Fantasy Tactics or something? Like something people actually want. I don't know. Yeah, but that's it for the Square one. We had the Xbox Bethesda showcase next. Well, I guess I'm going in reverse. So this was actually previous. But yeah, there we got Starfield release date, November 11th, 2022. Not the release date everyone was hoping for. Outer Worlds 2 got announced. Forza Horizon 5 got announced for the release date of November 9th, 2021. And then Arcane Austin's next game was revealed. Redfall is the title. It's some type of co-op vampire game. Got a little bit more information on that, actually. I believe they said it's open world and you can play it by yourself, but you can also play with 4 friends. So I'm not too sure what they're going for here. Yeah, initially I thought it was more of a Left 4 Dead thing.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's looking more like a Borderlands thing. You're probably right. So
yeah, it sounds like Borderlands. Maybe set area that you go to and like just have a skill tree, something like that.
Should be cool. What was everyone's thoughts on this conference, real quick? Again, we did in-depth thoughts of this one, so you can go check that out on our channel.
I suppose I best put my the presentation was bang on. Everything it needed to be. But next year, they do the same thing again, but with their bangers. This would be the best conference ever. Fable. All the bangers that they showed last year. Perfect Dark. This year was just like, they're just setting us up for this year, and they did great. Like August looks great. October looks great. November looks great. It all just Xbox is just like, buy an Xbox, get Games Pass, and you're set for life. And which is right, and they did a great advertisement for it. But I was just a bit underwhelmed. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. None of the games really.
I don't know. I can make an argument in 1 second for you. Are you going to play Back 4 Blood?
Yeah, of course.
There you
go.
Yeah. You could play. Then there you go. You pay 4 months of Game Pass.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you just gets it $60. That's 4 months of Game Pass. There you go. Like I feel like that could sell you on it, right? That's just one game. They showed 27 games that are all day one.
Nothing.
Like that's
nothing took my breath away. I don't know. But I was happy. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get Xbox Game Pass and I'm gonna play all these games. But the way they presented it was great. It was just good. I don't know. I wasn't overwhelmed. Like, I don't know. Maybe this PlayStation just the games they show, they take my breath away. But Xbox don't. And I don't, maybe that's just who I am as a gamer. Like, I like the open world narrative, you know. And with PlayStation, like their games are for their own console, so it just works. But you know, it works to the system's. What's the word I'm looking for? Do you know what I mean? It works for the system. Does that mean like the system and the thing go hand in hand?
I was developing exclusively for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And but I will buy a PlayStation. I will buy an Xbox, and I'll play 12 minutes. I'll play Psychonauts, and everything else. It wasn't. I was like, what really disappointed me was Halo. Like. I was like, we're going to start with Halo. They're going to have a massive blowout. They're going to show us everything, show us more. You know, they're going to show the trailer. They're going to show some gameplay, and we're all going to be blown away by it. Or it's going to backfire badly. And you know, coming out and hearing, they didn't want to like stop development for a 5-minute trailer or whatever, or whatever. And I get that, and I completely respect the decision. But I just feel like we got nothing from Halo. Like, what do we know? And it's coming out holiday. I said a couple of weeks ago, if we don't get a date, we ain't getting it. And I'm on that. We haven't got a date. And that's COVID related, I'm guessing, and the development times. Then you're going to say I'm wrong. But...
I mean, you could be right. It could get delayed out this year. I love the Xbox showcase. Like 80% of the games, I'd say, were probably for me. I think Bethesda, that purchase of Bethesda really sealed the deal for them here for me. Starfield. Absolutely can't wait for it. I know we only got a CGI trailer, and the release date is disappointing since it's 18 months out, but still, I'm still very excited for it. Todd Howard's been talking about it a little bit more. Everything he's saying is just like, yes, open world Skyrim. Or he's saying it's just a Skyrim
on Solo Simulator. That sounds amazing.
I'm like, oh, okay, you're talking my language here. Redfall sounds interesting to me. The Halo trailer. We didn't get much. I'm still not confident the story is gonna live up to my expectations, or I guess I don't really have high expectations for the story, but I don't think it'll be that good. I just don't think 343 is good storytellers. I think that trailer was very confusing with the CGI. I mean, Daniel, we were even talking like, is that Cortana? We don't even know who the fuck that is. But then the multiplayer trailer really brought that back for me. I think the multiplayer looks fucking great. That grappling hook looks really fun. What else was there? Stalker 2 looks cool to me. That looked interesting. Like I said, really Bethesda was the one that brought it for me at this.
I got one more if you want one
Xbox
more.
one.
Redacted looked awesome.
Redacted did look really cool. That's what I'm saying is like so much of this was for me and I'll play it. Psychonauts 2, 12 minutes. Like I'm going to play those. Even Forza Horizon 5. Like I'm hyped for that
game. I want to just give 1 second for that game. That is the best looking game I've ever seen.
Definitely.
Like hands down.
When they showed that like side image of like the actual Mexico and then the spot they put.
Well, there was awesome. The one that got me was the shot of the river, and they were talking about how like they went on location to take pictures, and then you just see the cars go by, and it's like, are you kidding me? That looked just like Mexico. Like, oh my god, it's the best looking game I've ever seen.
And then Outer Worlds 2, great. Pretty shocking reveal, I'd say.
That was ridiculous.
The trailer was awesome. That. Awesome trailer. Yeah, so funny.
Classic Obsidian with their humor.
Yeah, and then, I mean, Outer Worlds, I love that game, so I can't wait for a sequel. I would have ended with that. That was my one complaint about this conference. Is like, I would have ended with that instead of the Redfall thing. That's just me personally. I don't know if Redfall will be for me, but Outer Worlds.
Yeah, I mean, they had more to show, I guess, with the CG trailer with Redfall.
Yeah. Okay, anything else we want to say on Xbox?
Yeah, I actually enjoyed this conference because I recently bought the Series X, and I'm like, there's nothing that I can't play on my PS5. Them showing me all these games for Game Pass, I'm like, okay, I'm all in now. I can't wait for these games to come out. Like Somerville, the people who did Limbo and Inside, that games look cool. What's the other one? Replace. That game, I definitely can't wait. Oh, that's what it's called now?
Redacted.
Okay.
Or is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Redacted, right? I could be wrong.
I thought it said.
Is it replaced? I could have been wrong. It could be replaced.
I redact your statement. But the one that shocked me that I didn't feel like was going to ever get a sequel was A Plague's Tale. I was like, oh snap. Okay,
yeah, what about that, Sibs? You must have.
I forgot. I completely forgot.
I talks about this all the fucking
I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. The game of the show. like, and I don't know. I did it for you guys. Did it just slow down? Did the trailer slow down for you guys? Like, did you watch it through the E3?
What do you mean, like buffering?
Like, as soon as that trailer hit, it was like, but it was like it seemed to be on their end. That was the problem. But no, I was like, I could not believe what I saw. I was like, I said they're actually doing it, and then like all the rats and like seeing the guys like all grown up a bit. Oh my god, have you played A Plague's Tale, Nick?
Yes, that's.
Oh
I mean, I bought it, so I was like, "Are you serious?"
Nick's right there with you.
Yeah, well, I'm a hit because I didn't expect a sequel.
No,
because I'm hearing of the remaster of the first one, like the PS5, Xbox Series X enhancements. So I'm like, okay, maybe they'll show that at the Xbox conference, and it's like, no, it's a sequel. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in. I'm ready.
That was personally my game of the show, like the game of the week. Like I was absolutely like just blown away. It was like they're actually going to do it. I was speechless. Like I couldn't believe it. I was so happy. That like for me that was the best part of the whole. Like personally, it was a great show, and I'm not trying to bash on it. Just again, Nintendo, like not for me. Like it was just like, yeah, I can get this on Games Pass, but I will about to play them on the Games Pass, but I don't know. It just nothing was like.
I mean, the only thing I will say to you is that they literally had like a game for everyone.
Of course, yeah, 100%. I'm not saying it's not a bad thing. It was great. Like I was like, Game Pass. Like I don't have to worry about paying. Like I don't have to worry about anything. I was like, it's just gonna be there for me, and I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy these games. I don't know, man. As the Game Pass take the fun out of it, I don't know. I don't. That's
an insane statement.
I just don't.
That doesn't make any sense.
I say my wallet can feel safe again. You know?
I don't know.
They're just showing you don't need to buy games.
Of
you
course.
just buy Game Pass and you just play everything.
I don't know. I don't know.
What's the fun if I don't get to spend $70?
Maybe
that's such a great point, Connor. Is that like the increasing of these prices? Like Ratchet just came out. You know, it's a $70 game that you only can play. You play for 15 hours. Like what if that game was on Game Pass? Like maybe more people would play it, right?
Sure, certainly. Okay. Anything else we want to say on Xbox? Daniel, did you want to say anything else?
I mean, I did a bunch on our post show.
Sure.
I mean, like I said, this is just everything you want in a conference. This is pretty much it.
Okay. Then the day before that, we had Ubisoft. We got an official trailer of Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, or Pandora, not Pandora. No, whatever. Then we got some Far Cry 6. We got the DLC announced with the villains from the Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4, Far Cry 5. That looked kind of interesting. The sequel to Mario plus Rabbids got announced. This one, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. And then got a little bit of gameplay of Rainbow Six Extraction. Not Quarantine anymore, which was a better name.
Yeah.
Should have just stuck with it.
I think so.
Nick, what'd you think of Ubisoft?
Not most of them games were for me. Like the whole Avatar thing, yeah, it was cool, but you know, you're about like what? When's the last time that movie came out? 2009.
Came out in 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're about 11, 12 years too late for that, buddy.
Right.
I mean, unless they know about the next movie coming out, and
it's supposed to come out next year, so I think maybe they're trying to line it up with the second.
Yeah,
movie. Just delayed it to 2020. You know, he's actually making 9 more movies.
I was just saying, and he's making more too.
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts. A lot of Avatar.
But I'm not. Was that gameplay they showed, or was that like it's just
Probably
all
not.
cinema? Yeah, so now I'm like,
it has been confirmed this game is first person since the conference.
Has it? Okay. Yeah, because we talked about that on the post show.
Yeah.
Then it's not selling for me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be weird with it being in first person. I don't know exactly what they're going for. We got to see like a full gameplay demo to really know what the hell this is.
Like the only thing that like catch my eye that whole Ubisoft conference was the not Rainbow Six, Far Cry 6.
Far Cry,
where the season pass DLC, I was like, okay, you can play as the villains, and it comes with the remastered Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, which was my favorite Far Cry.
Me too. I'm up
I get that to play again. You know, my son loves that game, which he don't need to be playing it, but hey, he loves it.
That's fine for kids. Why not?
Yeah, Ubisoft had one of my
very interesting to me. I want to play as Voss. You know, that sounds cool. bringing back the old villains. What did you want to say, Dan?
I was gonna say Ubisoft had one of my favorite games of the entire week.
What was that?
Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope.
Yeah.
Come on. I've been asking for a sequel for this game for, 3 years? Come on. Finally, they're giving me a sequel. We don't know a lot about it. We just know it's coming out next year.
All right then. Oh, Sims.
Hold on, let me talk about Ubisoft.
Well, I don't know.
Ubisoft Far Cry 6,
Enjoy.
right? I don't want to play it, but I want to watch the story.
You don't
Like,
want
his
to play Far Cry
performance-
6, but you want to watch the story.
I just want to see like all the clips, like that scene in the boat, and like the reveal of like his son's in the boat, and you're like, this is like, I was like, it was like watching Breaking Bad. Like he's like his performance, like he's such a good actor. I was just like, oh my god, what's he gonna do?
Jesse.
Do you know what I'm saying? The Avatar thing, I thought it was a Star Wars thing. I think they've shot themselves in the foot by saying, "Oh, we're making a Star Wars game," and now everyone's like,
Clearly very early.
"Yeah, of course, yeah, 100%." But now everyone forgot about the Avatar thing, so everyone's like, "Oh, Avatar!" Oh. Everyone wants Star Wars now. I think they should have kept the Star Wars thing under wraps for a bit. I think that's. I don't know.
For whatever reason, it seemed like that Lucasfilm Games wants to reveal their stuff as soon as they start production on it, which is kind of an odd choice, but hey, whatever. It's something to look forward to, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what happens with movies.
Yeah.
I'm too
Riders,
excited that it's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riders Republic looks like a ton of fun.
Fuck yeah. Riders
Yeah.
Republic looks awesome. They sold me on that game at this conference for sure. I think that game looks awesome. Can't wait.
Extraction looks great. Like a roguelike Rainbow Six. Like, if you go in and you die, you lose all your shit. You gotta go and get it back. Like, by the sounds of it, they were like, if one of us go in, if us four go in and one of us dies, and then we complete the mission, like one of us is still in there, right? Did I take that from that?
Yeah, or you have to like go back and get them.
Yeah, it's
something
crazy.
Like
it looks good.
no, I think what they said is you can't leave if one person. You all have to leave together.
It just sounded like a different
Something like that.
Rainbow Six Siege. All it is Rainbow Six Siege in a different game. Like Rainbow Six Siege plays really well. Like massive. Like I remember first playing that when it first came out, and I was like, "There's a ton of fun." So yeah, it looks great. Ubisoft, they're just showing what they have. It was fine. It was good. I didn't mind it. They shown what they had, and then they bounced. I guess it was okay. Everything was just okay this week, like, which is fine.
Yeah, it's just because like they felt like they needed to put on a show,
which was fine. Everything was fine. Nothing blew me away. But then I'm gonna sound like such a fanboy, but like I feel like when the PlayStation one drops, I'm gonna be blown away because they're gonna show you like all the games that really speak to me. I don't know. I sound like a fanboy.
I mean, I
sound like a fanboy.
Yeah, you do, because I don't know what. There's a few of these conferences that I think did really well.
I'm not saying they didn't. It just nothing really blew my socks off. Like nothing. I'm excited for them all, but nothing really was like that. Looks fucking amazing. Yeah, the only thing I really got excited for was Plague's Tale because it's like a narrative-driven game. I don't know what it is.
There's a lot of narrative-driven games that have been shown. So I don't know what you mean.
It's just you just didn't get that big trailer.
What?
I don't know.
Like,
I'm not saying any of it was bad.
No, I'm just very confused on what you even mean because
I know what he's talking about.
Please,
he's talking about
you only want third-person narrative games. Is that all?
No.
Like
you're talking about the whole E3 in general. Like there wasn't a game that like, oh my god, it's like oh shit.
Now.
Yeah,
everything gets leaked now. Like everything. Like every big reveal was leaked beforehand. Like except for the indies, really.
Well, I mean, I think I avoided the leaks. I don't know. I saw the Mario thing, but I didn't see the Avatar get leaked. What else got leaked?
Elden Ring. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Yep.
Tiny Tina's did ages ago. When did that Elden Ring get leaked?
I mean,
they had that trailer.
It was right before.
I was busy.
The Mario Rabbids did. The Guardians we've known about forever. Halo Infinite we knew. Forza was leaked months and months ago. Redfall was kind of leaked. It had the Project Omen. Metroid was talked about for years, but I mean, we finally got it. A few of the Nintendo things, I think, are the only things that really didn't. We knew Breath of the Wild was going to be there. I mean, it's just most of it seemed to really leak.
it was just a personal. It's just a personal thing for myself. Like the Xbox was great, but it's like it's all on Game Pass, so I'll just play it. It looks great. Can't wait.
Yeah, why are you not excited for that?
I am. I'm just.
It seems like you're not.
I am.
You just,
maybe I'm just not got the enthusiasm in me right
you just
now.
You just want to pay $70 for every game you buy, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that what it is?
I think Sims, like, you're not into Bethesda game studios that are not game studios, just Bethesda as a whole. You're not into a lot of those franchises.
If they started it and they showed you a shitload of Skyfall, fuck it, that's the word now. Starfield. And I'd have been like, this is the best thing ever. But it was just like CG trailer. I was like, I got excited. I was like, here we go. Oh.
I think even if they did show gameplay of that, though, you wouldn't have been like Bethesda Game Studios is always hard to like really impress with gameplay, I think.
It's just play it, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like that's gonna look super nice, you know. I mean, it might.
It's a new engine.
It'll look nice, you know, graphically, of course. But like, I don't, you know, the way gameplay works in Skyrim and in Fallout games, it's not.
This one could be different.
Thing to ever show off. It could be, sure. We don't know.
That game was called.
I mean, I am kind of with you though. Like, nothing like blew me away, but that's very hard to do that for me. Like, I think the last time something blew me away was like that Cyberpunk demo we got like 2 years ago. You know, other than that, I can't remember the last time a game like.
I mean, I'm 100% with you, Connor. Most games don't blow me away.
Yeah, it's you know, games blow me away when I'm playing them, not when I'm watching the trailer.
100%.
Yeah.
Maybe we've all just...
Yeah. Overall, let's just get our overall thoughts with the E3 done with, and we can talk about the games. I thought E3 was pretty good overall, though. You know, it wasn't the best E3 ever, I don't think, but had a lot of games for me, a lot of new announcements for me, a lot of games coming out soon for me. I'm stoked for Xbox's future. Finally, I'm so happy they're getting games going. You know, I think 2022, 2023 Xbox is gonna fucking kill it, especially with their exclusives, and you know, I can't wait for that. I'm happy Xbox is back. The Nintendo one is kind of iffy for me, but I see where people like it. So yeah, you know, I'd give E3 overall like a solid B.
I enjoyed it. I booked time off work. I had so much going on during that whole week. I was like trying to juggle football, Ratchet and Clank, E3. I had the greatest weekend ever. Like, honestly, I had no kids. Like, Nick, you know what I was like, man. You got no kids, man. Like, life's good. Like, Nick's kids are the grandparents.
Life goes around the door.
Like, kids are at the grandparents, and I'm just sat in my pants watching video games. And I had a good time. Like, Keely.
You
like,
had pants on?
What? My underwear.
Sorry, continue.
Anyway, so like, you know, Keely's thing was great. Like, probably the best with the best reveal. Like, in all honesty, like, I've not played a Souls game. I've tried, but watching Elden Ring, guess who's playing Souls games in the next couple of weeks? I've got Sekiro dusted off. I'm playing all these bad boys ready for Elden Ring. Elden Ring was the best game of the week. Tell me I'm wrong, Daniel.
I think you're wrong, but it's definitely up there. It's definitely definitely like top 5 games revealed for sure.
I think Elden Ring had the best trailer.
100%.
It was definitely up there for trailer.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'd give it a solid. I'd give it an A because he's back, and it was just everything was. I've just overdosed. You ever just overdosed? Not really. I'm only joking, but like I just overdosed on everything. So like you've just called me out like a really. And maybe next week I could probably tell you like a bit better. But I'm just OD'd on video games and content. Like I've just ingested everything. Like I literally had it on from the moment it was on to the moment it's short. Like I was watching fucking Razer telling me I have to spend $180 on a fucking charger.
Hell yeah.
No!
Nick, what were your overall thoughts on E3?
I thought it was okay. You know, not a whole lot of games that really caught my eye. Maybe 5 or 6 games that was really caught my attention. Like, because now I feel like with the whole pandemic, you know, these AAA games, you know, definitely after Cyberpunk, you know, I'm kind of iffy about certain games. So like, okay, are they going to take their time? Or are they going to rush this out, you know, and be a trash fire? So now my interest has shifted more into indie games. So I'm glad I got all these indie games that kind of caught my. I'm like, you know, Somerville. God damn, I always can't remember the game. Replaced. It is called Replaced.
It is called Replaced.
We're renaming this game.
I've just seen the trailer.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Which I'm glad that they showed the trailer, because I don't know if y'all remember, Xbox a couple years back had that one game called The Last Night.
Yeah.
And it's
Different
still
game.
not out.
We were
Different
talking
game.
about that, yeah.
And which I made a joke. I was like, well, I guess it got replaced.
It did. It did.
So yeah, but overall, I would give it like a B minus. I kind of wish Sony was there to show something, but I guess, like I said, they sitting on the sideline, be like, okay, what y'all got? So we can go ahead. Like, my whole thing was the whole Breath of the Wild. They probably waiting to see, okay, when y'all gonna come out? Oh, 2022, we can go ahead and probably release Horizon Forbidden West this year. And you don't have to worry about competing against one another, But yeah, I still thought it was an okay show.
Shout out to that Fable game as well. That looked cool.
Yeah.
Daniel, your overall thoughts on all of E3? You happy it's back?
Honestly, no, because if it's gonna be like this, I don't want it. If next year it's all in person, we get an event, then it's gonna be back and it'll feel good.
Well,
this just felt.
They've confirmed that, haven't they?
Yeah. When it comes back and it'll be there, and everyone that wants to be there will have to be there. Then I think and they're gonna have to pay to be there. Way too much money, of course, but they'll pay to be there. That means they're gonna have to show something. So then I will be more excited for it. I mean, there was a lot of good announcements, and it was definitely exciting, but it's definitely like a B. Like, it could have been more. Like, it was just really relying on Xbox and Nintendo. And if one of those wasn't there, it'd be even worse. So I don't know.
Okay. Here's what I want to do then. What is everyone's game of the show? Let's do that. Everyone pick one game.
Give everybody 3.
3? Okay.
One's
okay.
not
enough. Take a while. Sure.
Just go by person.
Start with the highest, though. Okay. I want the goods
Okay.
first. All right, Daniel, go ahead.
Oh, you want me?
Yeah. What's your
Ooh.
game of the show overall?
My game of the show is Metroid Dread.
Ooh.
Samus is back. She's back, baby. So ready for that game. October? Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Early
definitely
birthday
one of the
present.
More surprising announcements, right?
Mm-hmm. Early birthday
You look
present.
good though. Like, I don't know. For me personally, I was watching the gameplay of this and I was like, I'm not into. Obviously, I'm not the 2D Metrovania guy, anyways, or platformer guy in general. But I saw the gameplay of this. I was just like, it doesn't look.
The development is from the 3DS team, so they're trying. They're punching up right now. So you kind of have to think about it from that sense, not necessarily that it's Metroid Prime 4, which is the budget's going to be insane for that game, right? That game's going to look great. This is think about it more from the handheld side, it going to Switch. Sure. Think about it like as like a 3DS game or something. So I think it looks great from that perspective.
Okay. Sims?
Plague's Tale 2, like the dream. Like, no one would have thought, no one, like,
you did.
I did,
In
yeah,
the prediction.
admittedly, yeah, I said that. But it was just a dream. Like, I never thought this would get number 2. Like, I just kind of thought it got released, a couple people played it, and,
So then me and you played it, and that's all that matters.
the people that played it talked about it.
Played it too.
And Nick, you played it too.
Like those
Yeah, but the people that played it talked about it, and not many people listened. I don't know. Maybe the voices have been louder. It was unbelievable. Like, it was I could not believe it. Like, I was in actual shock. Like, I was like, that's amazing. I was really happy.
And you don't have to pay for that game, Sims.
No, I don't. I might buy it on PlayStation.
He will pay. He will pay for it.
He's just gonna go play it on PlayStation. Yeah.
No, I played Plague Tales 1 on the Games Pass. Like, that's probably the reason why I played it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, yeah, why not? Like, yeah, definitely. Nick, what was your favorite game?
Replaced. That's all I talk about is replaced. Yeah, it's filling that whole 2D side scrolling. Back in LucasArts days when it was like Loom, Maniac Mansion, and all that. That's what I want. I want the old school feel back, and this is totally taking me back to the good old days on my computer playing all these games late at night. But yeah,
Good pick.
Mine was Starfield. I absolutely can. I know we didn't get gameplay for it, and it was just a CGI trailer, and I know the release date's 18 months out. I don't care. This game's gonna be fucking awesome. I can't wait.
So ready.
Bethesda Game Studios making a new IP, new engine, everything Todd Howard's saying is speaking to me. I just absolutely cannot wait to see this game. Probably my most anticipated for next year. Unless God of War 2 does come out next year, then I guess that'll be replaced. But
It's like
anyway,
that God of War
we
2
need
and
to see
Breath of
that.
the Wild 2. Like that's the top for
Right.
next year.
Next year's gonna be so good.
Oh my
2022.
god.
Can't wait. Yeah, I just I can't wait to see gameplay and what it actually is, and what we're doing and whatnot. But yeah, I really enjoyed the CGI trailer too. Thought it looked cool.
Yeah, it was dope.
I like the Elder Scrolls 6 Easter egg in the trailer. Everyone's pointing out. Yeah, it's cool.
I
Lots of
like
game series that does cool shit like that.
I like the sandwich. It was a good sandwich.
Yeah, sandwich look good.
Oh, that's a good sandwich. I'm all
Gotta
about that
wonder what
sandwich,
kind of condiments they put on that sandwich, though. Was it mustard? Was it
Both.
mayo?
Both.
We'll find out November 11th, 2022. What's on that?
Yeah,
sandwich.
they put a date on it. Like that's like
I like the hard date too.
Yeah,
honestly.
me too.
Like I like that it's like, okay, here's when we're coming out. We got something to look forward to. It's far out. Get over it.
Honestly,
We'll
that
play it
probably means that they're further along than a lot of people think. So they're just hitting a date. So
At
that
least they're confident enough to put a
yeah,
date on
that
it,
they're
right?
confident. Yeah,
Whether
exactly.
they hit it or not, at least they think they're gonna hit that, right? Okay, cool. Any other games we want to mention?
Oh yeah,
Sure there
I mean,
is.
I got a list.
Daniel got a list.
Yeah.
Daniel's always got a list. It's like a
I
Chris
do.
Jericho.
Maker.
I mean, Halo Infinite. I loved the showing of Halo Infinite personally. I wish I'm with you, Sims. Like I wish that we would have had an exact date, but for right now, it's the same that I said with Horizon. Like I have no reason to believe that it's not coming out this year. You know what I mean? Like Horizon didn't put out a date. They still said holiday, right? Like I have no reason to believe that it's not.
They're
Like,
both in the same boat where they just don't know.
Exactly. I feel like we've seen more Halo though, like Horizon we've seen even less. We saw like one mission. We've seen a lot of Halo.
Yeah, I'm not entirely confident with both of them coming out this year either.
Sure.
I think this year will go from good to fucking amazing if both of those can nail this year,
Yeah, because we're already getting so much, right?
Yeah.
Just go through a little bit of my list real quick. There's Halo, Elden Ring, obviously we just talked about. That looked amazing. And I do want to say
Ring would be my game of the show if not for Starfield.
Yeah.
But Elden Ring at least got gameplay, so I mean technically.
So I want to kind of help clarify what I was looking into, like what George Railroad Martin is doing with the game, because they haven't really talked a lot about. So apparently he
tracks.
Exactly. So apparently he wrote the entire lore for the world,
right,
and kind of the Bible for the world. And then Miyazaki is writing the story of the game in the world that he made, which is amazing. I think that's all you could really ask for. Is like that's what he does best, is writing lore, and then you just get Miyazaki to make a story inside of that. That sounds amazing to me.
I think the hope with that was that this one would have a story, or like be a bit more story focused, because these Soul games, I mean, they have a story, but you got to really look into it and like really listen to the characters are saying and whatnot. It mostly is just about the lore.
Yeah,
but I think the hope was that he would be writing like a full on story and it'd be like character driven and a lot of dialogue and whatnot. I don't think we're getting that.
Not from him, no.
Yeah.
I have 3 more, and then we can move on to somebody else. The Chicory game, I want to give a shout out. I want to play that. I'll probably my next game I play. That game looks amazing. You're a little dog that paints.
Painting
seems
dogs,
really cute.
Man. Love it.
Yeah, seems really cute and fun. Trek to Yomi. Don't know if you remember this one. We didn't really get to talk about Devolver throughout the show. Devolver had one of my favorite shows. I just think it was so fun. It was quick, get in, get out. They had fun doing it. It was funny. Trek to Yomi is the 2D samurai game. It kind of reminded me of Ghost of Tsushima a little bit. Really cinematic. Looked awesome. Where's the other one? I had one more. Oh, and Shadow Warrior 3, which was also at Devolver.
Yeah.
That game looked so much fun. It looked like a Doom. It looked like they're taking Shadow Warrior and that was already kind of following Doom, the originals. So they're going to kind of follow the new set of Doom and kind of really fast paced, all these weapons. He ripped the chain gun off of that big dude and started shooting everybody. It looks really good. That's come out this year too.
Sims, anything in particular in your mind?
Plague's Tale, 12 minutes.
12 minutes, yeah.
I wanted that shadow drop so bad. I was like, please. I was going upstairs to go and get the Xbox. And I was ready. I was like going to go and do it.
I mean, they gave you a date though.
Yeah, of course.
August.
I was buzzing about that. I was
Yeah.
really happy about that. Forza looked great. I really want to get into a Forza. Like it's.
I think I'm gonna play this one.
You'll like the Horizon ones. The Horizon ones are great.
Yeah, I played a bit of the one in Australia.
That was 3.
The Australia one. I don't know. I put it on my phone.
Oh, that was
That
2.
was the same one I played. Yeah, too.
Yeah.
The Guardians game was crazy. Like, just came out of nowhere. Like, it didn't, but I kind of just forgot about it. And I was just like, oh shit. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's been rumored since like 2016, so I don't blame you.
Yeah. Shout out to 2 Point Campus. Like, put missing.
The game
like,
we keep seeing.
and then a big shout out to the main event, the Razer Charger for $180. I couldn't believe it. I was just about to go to
what
bed.
about-
Your pre-orders in now.
What about the best game of the show, the Xbox Mini Fridge?
You took it from me.
Man, that was the best game of the show.
I would-
Did you see that thing?
I would kill for an actual fridge. I would do anything.
That looks great. It's you could buy it.
No,
It
I
looks
want a big fridge. I want the big one. I would
Oh,
kill.
you want the big one.
I would
Yeah.
kill to get that fridge. I would do
That
anything.
Snoop Dogg fridge looks so cool. I think
Oh,
it had
funny
like
idea,
lights
too.
inside,
Yeah,
didn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I'd love a mini fridge. I just got no use for one. Well, I don't drink beer.
I got one. I got one right over there.
Awesome.
But yeah,
All
I mean,
I can
there's
think
a lot.
about,
Sorry, there's a lot.
Go ahead,
There's a lot.
Go.
I just don't know.
yeah, all I can think about is how many people are going to get trolled this holiday. Like, I bought you the Series X, and then you go to put a disc in it, like, it won't work. I'm like, wait a minute. Damn mini fridge. You bought the wrong damn console. I'm like, oh,
It's the 2B.
I'll use it. Hey, look, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it anyway. It looks so cool.
Nick, any games stand out to you?
Replace Guardians, Somerville, Plague's Tale. So, like
Somerville.
I said, yeah, like I really want to know what's going on. Like, because I played Limbo and Inside, and I never beat those games. I've always seen the end from somebody else playing it, and I'm like, I think I might actually finish this game. So,
Where do you think Playdate is? Where do you think they are?
Oh,
They announced their game.
That's right.
Yeah, no, this
It's
is
just
like
a
one of
guy
the.
that was from that studio, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's kind of did his own. He's doing his own studio. So like, they announced their game like 3 years ago. Like it was like the sci-fi thing. Where do you think? Where do you think they're at, Nick?
forever.
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
Well,
On a beach in Hawaii, thinking, welcome.
yeah, yeah, there you go. Like, we got them by the balls. They can wait.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Speaking of things that are missing real quick, where the fuck is Wolfenstein 3? I thought
I mean, it's just a
sure
rumor.
with that one. No, it was, but like, are they just moving on to the Indiana Jones game now, which seems like it's in pre-production? So it's
Yeah, I would think they would kind of chill out after Youngblood. That kind of
yeah, that
didn't
didn't
so hot.
get received too well. I also didn't like that game very much. But that was assisted by the Arcane studio. I just assumed Machine Games was working on Wolfenstein 3 this whole time because that came out in
It's been
2017. So
Couple
like,
years, yeah.
if they just moved on to the Indiana Jones game now and we're expecting that like 2023, 2024, that's kind of unfortunate that we wouldn't get a game from them. 7 years.
Yeah. When did?
Long time.
So yeah, that one came out 2017. When did?
Youngblood came out 2019.
2019. Okay, so it's been a year and a half or so. So
Yeah,
Almost
I
two.
just assumed like that's got to be soon, but I don't know. Maybe next year and it'll drop next year. I don't know. Kind of weird. You fuck off.
No, just Alexa.
My other games, Breath of the Wild 2, I got shout out. I really enjoyed the
Oh,
trailer. Yeah, definitely. I'm very excited to see what we're doing. They got the Sky Islands going on. I don't know what's going on there. A lot of theories that we're playing as some other character. We don't really quite know.
who knows?
I wish they showed that, if anything. But also, I don't know. Something's up with this title. Must be spoilery to some point, right? I don't know why.
I
they're
mean,
so-
you can kind of
like,
say
they
that
don't
about
wanna put
every
a
game,
title
right?
on it. Right. Yeah.
Like, what does that mean, Nintendo?
Kind of weird choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Excited to
I
see
don't
the new
understand.
puzzles you could do though. Looked like
Oh, the time reverse thing was really
yeah,
cool,
the time
right?
reverse thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see all that type of stuff. Just excited to see that game in general.
I'm just excited that you're excited because I know that in the show I'm the one that likes Breath of the Wild the most. So like it's nice to hear you even say that.
No, I think more fondly Breath of the Wild over time. I don't know. I have a lot of problems with that game. When everyone was calling it like, this whole new, it's reinventing open world games and whatnot, I just never agreed with that. I just saw a lot of stuff from other open world games in that game. I don't really think it reinvented anything. But I do
it was
really like
Nintendo's
Breath of the
first
Wild.
go, and they nailed it.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, I can make an argument for Breath of the Wild, but I don't want this to be a Breath of the Wild show.
I would like more of a story in this one. I don't know. Nintendo doesn't necessarily do that, but I would definitely like that. Fill out those areas too. There's just a lot of open. I'm going to start talking shit about Breath of the Wild. The game is empty a lot of the points. But yeah.
Hey, no harm, no foul, because I have yet to play it.
You have yet to play Breath of the Wild? Damn.
Nope.
Play Breath of the Wild. It's pretty good.
Play it.
Especially if you like puzzles. I love the shrines.
I mean, if Nintendo wants to do a Game Pass little deal, I'll do it. I'm not paying no $60.
If they did a Nintendo deal with Game Pass, that'd be ridiculous. That will never happen.
I want to shout out Halo too. The multiplayer looks great. I can't wait to jump into the multiplayer. I'm still very hesitant on the campaign, but the multiplayer looks very fun. Can't wait for that grappling hook.
Are we up to date with like the news that's happening now?
No, we'll talk about that next week.
Because Xbox is doing something right now.
Some good shit.
Yeah, as we were recording. Yeah. I wanted one more game. I just want to mention Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. The one it got leaked. Sure. I wish they would have shown a little bit more.
Yeah, do we even know what type of game that is, really?
So it's going to be a Borderlands game with fantasy. That's kind of the basis that we know. Is you'll probably be some sort of vault hunter. Tiny Tina's probably going to
be like a first person thing. So
yeah, and it's going to, from what I'm getting is they took that expansion from 2 and they blew it up a little more. So it'll probably have some like D&D elements where she's kind of like making dungeons as you go and stuff. It'll be all in kind of Tiny Tina's mind, I guess. Great voice cast for it. They got Wanda Sykes, Andy Samberg, and Will Arnett. Those are 3 amazing comedians. Like those will probably be the main characters, and then Tiny Tina. That sounds awesome. I'm very excited. I definitely want to see this game soon, and I wish that Gearbox, if they were going to be there, they should have brought gameplay.
Damn it, Gearbox. Okay, cool. We'll now move on to what we've been playing. I think we've all been playing Ratchet, right? All of us. Nick,
I think so.
Ratchet?
Yeah, like I said, I dabbled in it for a little bit, and then Minute of Violence came out. And I've been playing that. I highly recommend checking it out. If you know Sims, I think you've been talking about narrative games. I think this might be one of your games you might want to check out, man.
I'll have a look. Definitely have a look. It looks interesting.
Let's just stick with that game for a second. What exactly is this called?
Minute of Violence.
Minute of Violence. Okay.
Like basically, you play this character named Mo, and there's 4 giants that run this machine, and the machine stops, and like the giants have fallen asleep or something like that, and it's your task to wake them up because the machines hold back this fungus that has pretty much taken away all of humanity.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, so it's pretty good.
Is it exactly?
It's a puzzle platformer.
Okay. I love those.
Is it only in 2D?
Yeah, it's only 2D. Like the art style is Adventure Time.
Yeah.
So if you're, it's like don't expect the characters to talk. Like I said, this whole game is narrated by one voice actor, and it does a good job telling a story. I mean, like I don't want to spoil it. I wish there was more to it because it was getting kind of interesting near the end. I was like, okay, I want to know more. And maybe if this game gets very popular and, it'd be a cult classic and we might get a prequel or something because you never know.
Kind of looks like Grease a little bit, if you remember that game a couple years ago. That was a little more water.
The watercolor one?
Yes. I'm sorry. That one kind of like a watercolor. This one looks a little more detailed, but it kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
Yeah, from what I was told about the game, all this was hand drawn.
So. Oh wow, that's amazing. That makes me want to play it more, to be honest.
Now, it's not going to be all kiddie Adventure Time because that's what fooled me. I was like, oh, this is like a cool platformer kid game, and I was like, ooh, it gets like
serious all of a sudden.
yeah. But I'd say I think there was like a warning in the beginning. It's like this touches on some dark themes and stuff like that. I mean, I played it and I'm like, okay, I can see where you're talking about like dark themes and stuff, but it wasn't too like it was gonna mess me up. Like, oh,
It wasn't Last of Us.
yeah, it wasn't like, and which is funny because they were talking about this game plays good with headphones on. And you're like, all right, pulse headphones in, and the soundtrack is phenomenal. But when those scary tracks hit, I'm like,
Take these
off. Like it gets creepy.
Go on there, the covers.
Let's talk about Ratchet.
Yeah, let's talk about Ratchet. Real quick, I gotta go to work because I've been late multiple times this week. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'll just get my thoughts on Ratchet real quick. Yeah, I love the game overall. I think I'm like halfway through. It's been fun this whole time. I think it has that typical Insomniac problem of the game just gets better and better as it keeps going. So like really like the last like 2 hours of the game are when you'll have the most fun with it. But you know, still it's consistently fun the whole time. Love the hover boots. I love how they're adding a new thing each planet, you know, so it keeps the game going, keeps it fun, keeps it interesting. I love Rivet and Kit. I don't know if Kit's kind of a spoiler, but you know, whatever. There's a character named Kit. She's just, yeah, I love the new characters. They're great. Yeah, I'm like halfway through it, so I'll give my full thoughts next week. I'll probably put a score on it then. I think Daniel beat it, so you can listen to that. I'll let you guys talk about Ratchet then. I gotta go.
All right.
Nick, thanks for
Sims.
coming.
Later.
See you. Sims, where are you at? I would like to know where you are.
It was amazing. The transition was amazing. As he left,
Was it?
You have to see
Nice.
it. It's great.
Okay.
I think I could have beat it last night.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that.
Yeah, I was hoping to be the first one to beat it at the little competition in my little brain. Where am I in it? I can't remember. Hold on.
Yeah, you don't need to get too spoiler. What do you think?
I really enjoy it. No. I'm having a blast. Like it's just stupid fun. Like it's probably the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. It's just every color just pops. Like it's just so bright, and it's just a Ratchet and Clank game, but next gen. Like I can't really say anything better than that. Like it plays well, it runs well. The story is okay. Like it's good. Like it's not like
It's fun.
It's just like a Pixar thing.
I think everything about it is just fun. You know, it takes itself kind of seriously, but also it doesn't. So like there are some serious parts of the story, but like they're just having fun, and the characters are having fun. The gameplay's fun. What I will say is, if you don't like Ratchet, you're probably not going to like the game. Like it is just more Ratchet.
See, that's the problem I'm having with it, because this is technically my first Ratchet and Clank game that I'm playing. Like I played a little bit of the last one that was on PS4.
Yeah, the reboot. Yeah.
But I've been more of a Jack and Daxter kind of guy. So trying out this, I'm like, I can kind of get into it, but that's why I'm like, I'm playing like little like hour long sessions, not like 6 hours, because it hasn't like got me hooked in. Like what's like, how long do I have to play to get really hooked in?
Yeah. You just gotta. I think you gotta maybe get some more guns so you can switch a lot. Because
I think the last gun I got was like the little sprinkler gun.
Yeah, the topiary sprinkler. Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
I will say that my biggest complaint, I think, is that there's too many guns, especially where I am in the game. Like I've beaten the game, there are way too many guns. So they kind of some of the guns kind of run together, especially towards the end. Because I was kind of just leveling them up. Like I'd get it to level 5, and then I'd be like, okay, well, I can kind of just move on and try to level up some other weapons and stuff. So, I think this game has a good flow with the combat, switching, and I like that when you're switching, it slows time or stops time, so you can actually think about what you want to do next and stuff. What I do want to talk about is this game a system seller, because I don't actually know that it is, to be honest.
$70 for
$70
one game for this one game. I don't even know if this would sell a system. Like, yo, it's not like you go to like, that's what people ask me, where it's like, yo, what's the hottest game to get? And I said Ratchet and Clank is the hottest game to get. And they're like, Ratchet and Clank, that's a kid's game. And I'm like, I was really hard to defend myself. I was like, have you seen it? You know, it looks pretty good. You know, it's like, I don't care about that. Like, what? They're more worried about like Call of Duty or the Battlefield. Like, those games are the ones they want. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of hard to compete with those like top selling games right now. Like, I don't even know what would be like so far the best PS5 game.
I mean, I think that I will say this is probably my game of the year right now, which is a lot because I loved Hitman 3. Like still was my game of the year for so long. I think that this game, in terms of it being like a system seller, has too much going against it. I think number one, it being a Ratchet and Clank game, that is already, they sell pretty good. I think 2016 sold the best for the franchise. So I'm very curious how this one will sell because it is so limited. It is $70. You know, it's also, like I said, 15 hours or so, like maybe a little more depending on how much you do. Like maybe $70 for that much time is not like worth it, you know, unless you have a lot of disposable income, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, you know, $70 for this game. And I mean, I would put it on the list of, if you have a PS5 console, go ahead and grab it. I think my favorite game so far has been Returnal this year on PS5. It's so addictive, and I still haven't beaten that game because I keep dying. And so, I mean, for me right now that I haven't played a Ratchet and Clank game, how can I convince more people to get into? Be like, yeah, Ratchet and Clank is the game to get. And you know, you got other games coming out hopefully in the future. You know, God of War 2. In Horizon,
but what I will say to all of that is like they're all PS4 games.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know, like I think PlayStation definitely, we need that conference, Sims. We need that PlayStation conference because right now the PS5 does not have a lot going for it. Like a lot of it just was all relying on Ratchet, and it just came out. So right now it doesn't have a lot in the future. Like a lot of it, you could just play it on your PS4. So like, I think they got to give more reasons for people to buy the PS5. Go ahead, Sims. What did you think about Ratchet?
I agree with it. I'm just having so much fun with it. Like, yeah, it was a bit. I think Natalie was shocked. I went to go pick it up. She was like, "How much is it?" It was like £70. She was like, why? And I was just like, just give me a minute.
Okay. I mean, I completely understand why she would be hesitant to want to buy a $70 game, like especially if it is only 15 hours, right?
She was just shocked of like £70. I was like, yeah, like that's where we're going now. Like, I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying it. I think it's phenomenal. I put the £70 on it. I'm about done with it. I started it on Saturday morning, and like, yeah, I'll probably plat it. I plat games to make sure I get the money out of it. That's how I play games. It's like if it's worth the money, I'm gonna plat this game, and then if I plat it, I'm like, oh well, I've made the money. I've earned its value. But even then, like, it's a 15-hour Ratchet and Clank game. You know what I mean? If it was like Last of Us, I won't be questioning it. But I understand what you're saying. They do need they need to show what's next because there isn't anything. Like there is the PS4 to PS4 God of War Horizon, but there is
GT5, right? Like that's also a PS4 game.
They just I don't know. It's a strange one because like for me, like you're right in what you're saying. They're all PS4 games, but for me, the PS5 games they're gonna run like a PS5 game. But yeah, they've been developed on a PS4 game. On the PS4, they've been developed for the PS4 in mind. So I get what you're saying, and you're not wrong. But my mindset is just PS5.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Well, I was gonna say something, and it just slipped from my brain. It was something about Ratchet. I don't remember what I was gonna say. I don't know. I do really like this game. I don't want to sound negative because I do like it. Like I said, it is probably my game of the year so far. It's really good. Have you been playing anything else, Nick?
Me too. Yeah, it's definitely my game of the year so far. Like, it's phenomenal. It looks amazing. It's incredible to look at. Like, that's the best part about the whole game. Is like it's visually pleasing.
Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, trying to juggle all my backlog games. I'm still, like I said, I'm playing Returnal still. I just picked up Judgment for PS5 to see, because I think what's the next one?
Lost Judgment.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for Lost Judgment, and that what made me like, oh damn, that looks kind of cool. So I picked up Judgment. I only played.
I'm still playing.
Yeah, I only played like an hour of it, and I was like, okay, this kind of reminds me of Shenmue back in the day. So I played that, and then Fortnite taking over my life again. Can't get away from it.
Going to the dark side.
I can't help it, man. These battle royale. Well, actually, speaking of battle royale games, I did play that Final Fantasy VII First Soldier mobile.
Oh,
game.
how is that game?
Yeah, it needs some work. I don't know what Square is doing.
What do you do in this game? How does this game work?
Okay, your typical battle royale, you got like 75, and for the mobile version at least, 75 people you got to go up against you, and it's for right now. All the map is Midgard. You got like the classic locations. You got Seven Heaven, the church, the casino area. I can't remember the name, but
Wall Street or Market Street.
Yeah, Market Street and stuff like that. They're all there. So you drop in, and it's not like your basic, find a gun. You have classes to pick, and I think the classes you could pick is warrior, mage, ranger, and a monk. And those give you like different abilities and stuff like that you can use. So like for me, I played as ranger. I can, what the ability there was like you can. No, you don't get no bow. You get a little dagger as a weapon. Like you'll get different weapons for each class. Like the warrior, he'll have a sword. Monk uses their fist, and the sorcerer uses a staff, and the ranger uses a knife. But the ability for the ranger is like one of them you can pick is you can see what's ahead of you, kind of like a cheat way to be like, oh, who's in front of me? So that's why I was picking ranger. But also you can use magic as well. Then just like you'll still have the guns kind of deal. In melee combat, and like it tries so hard to fit in with these other battle. Like it's hard. It's going to be hard to compete because right now it's only on mobile. So you got to compete with Fortnite, Call of Duty, and Apex. And I honestly I don't think it's going to fit in that mix. I feel like it's going to die off quickly unless. I feel like if this was on consoles, it might stand a chance. But playing, it felt really rough on the mobile. Granted, this was a closed beta.
Yeah, they're relying on a big IP, so like
see, that's the thing, man. Don't just throw the Final Fantasy name up there just to get people to come in. That's how I felt with Resident Evil Village. I'm like, you didn't have to throw the Resident Evil name to get people to play it. Just put it out, give it a chance. If people, you make it, maybe people will come.
Yeah. Anything else you've been playing?
That's about it. Like I said, I'm jumping through all my backlog games. I'm trying to make a set goal. It's like, can I get 100 platinums this year? I'm sitting at 44 right now.
Nice.
I'm like, I don't think I could do it, but I'm looking back at my library. It's like some of these games I can get that platinum on. Okay, we'll try. So we'll see if we get 100 platinums by the end of the year.
You got 6 more months. That's time. That's time.
And while being a parent and juggling with work, we'll see.
That's hard work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sims, have you been playing anything else?
Nothing really. Just a bit of Ratchet. Natalie finished Biomutant. She platted that.
What'd you think about that?
I think by the end of it, she was happy it was done. Well, I think she enjoyed it.
Kind of dragged.
I don't know if it dragged. I think it's the trophy problem as well. Like, it's just like she needed to do certain things to do the trophy. But again, like I think we both play the same way. Like, to earn the platinum is to like it proves its worth. It makes up for the 50.
That's something I tell you all the time.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like, sometimes that platinum hunt ruins your like for a game.
Yeah.
It did for Star Wars, but it was I didn't like Star Wars.
Exactly.
But I didn't like
always
Star
the number
Wars
one.
anyway. Like, even like taking away the like, there was something about the game
Yeah.
I just couldn't get on with it. Like, well, she's just nothing really. Just Ratchet, because I've been so busy. Like, there's always something on to do. Like at the moment,
Yeah,
like,
this week
life
was
is
a
good.
lot.
Like, life is good for Steve right now. Ratchet. And going back to Ratchet, I can't really say. I want to finish it and then I'll give you like what I really think. But it's just Ratchet and Clank, but it's beautiful. Like, it's stunning. Like 4K, 60 frames. Like, it
Gotta play that performance RT.
it hasn't missed a beat for me. Like, it hasn't crashed. Like, it just runs fantastic and it just looks great. And it's just, it has these funny little moments. Like, the guns are funny and like, I don't think it's a system seller. No, I don't. But I don't regret the purchase. But I can see Nick getting questioned like, "You're buy Ratchet and Clank," and people are like, "What's Ratchet? What is Ratchet and Clank?" Do you know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah, so that looks like a kiddie game, you know. And like I said, everybody's into these battle royale games
everybody
now.
wants
It's
to
like,
everyone wants to shoot someone in the head, like. So
yeah. I was like, well, I could be like, well, you can shoot people in this. He was like, what kind of guns they got? I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'm hearing this is a gun that turn people into chickens.
got Mrs. Fungi.
Yeah, the Mr. Fun Guy gun is great. That's one of my favorites.
My favorite. Put a couple of them bad boys out. Sometimes I put some of them bad boys out. I don't have to do it. Fully upgraded Miss Fungi's. Yeah.
Well, does anybody else have any other games I want to talk about?
I want to talk
good.
about his football game.
Not football. Well, if you guys have no other games, I want to do 20 questions.
20 questions.
I wasn't here last week, so definitely want to do it. I'm pulling up the game right now. You don't have Connor to rely on. This time we got Nick. Nick is really knowledgeable.
All right.
Connor doesn't know anything.
Pulling out my pad.
All right. So I'll explain how we play. Normal 20 questions. What we like to do is I give you 20 questions, then you can guess the game. I basically give you a free question.
Uh-huh.
I have the game pulled up, and I am ready whenever you are.
Go on, Nick.
Oh, Lord.
Is this game come out before the year 2000?
It has not. No.
Okay.
Is this game
After 2000?
Is this game for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch era?
Wii U as well? No, it's not.
Okay.
Is this game a PS3, Xbox 360, Wii era?
It is not.
Ooh.
I got nothing. This is.
We're going down the generations now.
Did this game
Go
come
ahead,
out before?
Trying to figure out what it is.
I'm trying.
Just figure out. You're not. You're just asking generations.
I'm trying to narrow it down.
Hey, he ain't wrong. He'd be like, okay, it's not that generation. All right.
Is this a?
I get. About to say, is it a shooter?
Ooh. There is shooting.
Okay, so
There is shooting.
shooting.
I wouldn't say it's a shooter, but there is shooting.
Is this game
so
a Metroidvania?
Ooh. No, I don't think it is. I wouldn't call it a Metroidvania.
all
This
right.
game a 2D side-scrolling game?
I'd say there's 2D parts. Let me see. I don't remember. I'd say there's 2D parts, but I wouldn't really call it like a 2D side-scrolling game.
This game come out on handheld?
It did. It did come out in handheld. Yeah.
Mhm. Ooh.
Did this game?
You got something, Nick? Sound like you got something.
I'm.
We got Vitas. We got some DSs. we got some
Damn.
Game
I,
Boy.
I want to clarify your question too. You didn't say only handheld. You did. You said. I'm not trying to lure you guys one way or the other. I am just. You said did it come out on handheld? So,
Was this game released on the PS Vita?
the Vita, I don't think it ever had a Vita release. I don't think so. No.
Did this game come out
Is there
before? Go on, sorry.
Is there voice acting?
Ooh. I don't have the answer to that. I don't think.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say no.
This game,
I don't want to answer that question.
Did the game get reviewed
because
well?
I don't know. Yeah, it was reviewed well.
Did the game come out before 2010?
Before, yeah. And that's 10
It's
questions
a
already.
DS game, isn't it? It's got to be a DS game.
Ooh.
What year was the DS out? 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
I mean, I can answer it. I'll help you. 2004.
Ooh. Yeah, I remember kids in high school back in the day had them.
Yeah, I had one, but I think I had it in 2005. The big brick one.
Yeah. Damn.
The
2D parts. It has 2D parts. There's shooting. This is not a Metroidvania. So you're saying your question? It did come out on handhelds.
Yes, but he didn't say only. Is what I was saying.
Okay.
So I don't want to lure you one way or the other.
Yeah.
I was just trying to clarify.
Okay.
So it's 2000 before 2010.
And
The game
before
come out-
2010, yeah.
Did the game come out in the GameCube?
I don't think so. I don't think so. No.
Is this? I'm confused. Is
We
this
could have just went down to generations.
I mean, there's some questions that could help you, but I can't help you.
Is this a well-known IP?
Yeah.
Ooh.
See, that's something that was good to ask. Yep. That was a question I would have told you.
Hmm.
I'm looking at some of the information right now, just in case. Ooh, I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
It's like share your screen.
Share my screen.
It's not a major.
I would suggest for you guys to figure out what the game is because you still don't really know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the game, but I'm trying to think of a question as well. Does it have a sequel?
Oh, that's a good question. It does.
Okay, so there's more than one.
There's more than one. That's a good question.
Did it come out on the PS2?
Did it come out on the PS2?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to ask that question?
Yeah.
It did not come out on the PS2.
No. God.
What the fuck did it release on?
It released on a handheld.
It's on a handheld, has multiple sequels. Or a sequel. Yo, it's driving me nuts.
I would suggest, because you only have 6 more questions, I would suggest really trying to figure out what the game is. Like, what do you do in the game? I shouldn't try to help you.
You said they're shooting in it.
They're shooting in it, and it is not a Metroidvania. I wouldn't call it a Metroidvania. Handheld game. Released before 2010. There are multiple games.
Multiple?
This has multiple
All
games,
right.
yeah.
Okay. And there's 2D parts.
I'm not looking at like direct. Yeah, there are 2D parts to it, but like, I wouldn't say it's like a 2D game.
Oh damn! Because my gut was about to say the 2D part threw me off because I was about to say Monster Hunter.
Yeah, but I can't help you. I can't.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it sounds like because there's multiple, and I was like, I know Monster Hunter's been on mobile. I mean, handheld. Uh, damn.
Sims. Seems like you just came to a question. What was it?
Is this game an RTS?
An RTS? No, it's not an RTS.
RTS.
I made it a little more difficult. I try to pick an interesting game here. Because normally you guys get it pretty quick because I picked easier games.
The known IP shit.
And it's a known IP. Me. It's a known IP as well.
Because like
multiple games, known IP.
He said now don't bullshit me. This ain't like a spin-off.
I'm not telling you nothing. You have to ask that question.
So what?
I said it's a known IP.
Known IP. Fuck.
You can ask that question if you want to ask that. If that
fuck it. Is it a spinoff?
It is a spinoff. It is a spinoff. It is. Oop, here we go. It is a spinoff game. That was a good question to ask. Actually.
What?
Go ahead, Sims. What do you got?
I don't know.
Figure out what this game is.
I don't know, man.
You don't know.
I gotta figure something out.
Yeah, it looks like you got to carry Sims here.
Hey, look, I'm in the same boat because I'm like, I want to ask that question, but it's like I don't want to waste that question.
Let's just waste them. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. You asked some good questions.
Oh god,
you asked some good questions.
It's well known.
You still don't really know.
It's a spin-off. It's a handheld. You're shooting.
There are multiple games. It's a known IP. Not a Metroidvania. Mostly 2D.
That's where it's
mostly. I'm sorry, not really 2D, but there are 2D parts. Yeah, you guys don't really know a bunch about but you might not need that. You don't know who's publishing it. You don't know who's developing it. Okay. You don't really know what you're doing.
Is this game published by Capcom?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I had a question in my head. But yes, it is published by Capcom.
It could be that little blue prick. There's too many of them and nobody likes them except for Colin Moriarty.
It's not true. I like the little blue prick.
It isn't Mega Man Legends, is it?
Are you asking the question?
Yeah.
It is not a Mega Man Legends game.
God damn it. All right.
How many questions we got left?
You got 2 questions and then a guess.
Who's the protagonist in?
I will say. Go ahead. Never mind.
No.
I shouldn't try to help you. Go ahead. Keep going. What was your question?
I was going to talk to Nick. Like, well,
Go ahead.
Who's the protagonist in the Castlevania series? But then it's not on Metroidvania. I don't know.
No, it's Capcom. It's Capcom. Castlevania, it was Konami, right?
Yeah, you're right. Capcom game.
I mean, Capcom did a lot in this era.
It's
Nick's
not
coming to something.
Beautiful Joe? That's what I'm thinking, but I didn't play that, so I want to know. I don't even know if they had spin-off series or a handheld version, so I won't know.
Does this game star Beautiful Joe?
It does not star Beautiful Joe. You get one more. You have one more question, then a guess. One more question, then a guess.
I hate you, Daniel.
I don't know if Connor would have really helped you that much either, but I try to make it a harder one.
Is Daniel? Is he even saying it? No. Natalie,
chat, help me.
Natalie wrote in the chat about Biomutant. She said it was okay,
Yeah.
nothing amazing.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know, and I hate this. I hate not knowing shit. Capcom game on the fucking
known IP,
gotta be under the
spin-off, multiple sequels, 2D parts but not 2D. Not they're shooting in it before 2010.
Is it on the Nintendo DS? Is it? I just want to know now.
Is that the last question you want?
Fuck it. We
Then
don't
you guys
know.
can discuss. It is not a DS game.
So what the fuck's it on a handheld?
PSP maybe. But I don't remember any Capcom games on the PSP. Except for Monster Hunter. God damn. What is this game? Come on, give me a guess. I'm done.
Let's just have one.
You know what? I'm gonna throw you a bone, and then you can make your guess. This might be too much information. You guys are missing an entire handheld, one of the most popular consoles of all time. The Game Boy Advance. The Game Boy Advance.
What year did that?
You guys completely missed the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, damn it sure did.
Well, I was
sure
thinking
did
that. I was like, what year did that
Completely
stop
missed the
being
Game Boy Advance.
used?
I don't remember the actual release date, but it was very far into... they were still releasing even after the DS came out.
Game Boy Advance game.
So there you go. There's my little bit of tip.
Yeah, you got me on Game Boy Advance game because I only had one, and that was Metroid Fusion.
Okay. Really good game. Getting a sequel to that game in October.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah. So there you go. I gave you where it's at. You guys got any guesses?
Game Boy Advance.
You know a lot of information, but
is it WWF Betrayal?
Is that the final guess?
Yeah, bad boy game. I think it's Betrayal.
Nick, you got anything?
No
guesses.
You got me stumped on this one, and I'm gonna be shocked.
The game is Mega Man Battle Network, released in October 31st, 2001.
Okay, see, I knew this was gonna be some.
Published and developed by Capcom. KJ Inafune did this game, even though it was a spinoff, which I didn't know that actually. There you go.
It was a Mega Man game.
I would call it. It has 2D parts with the combat, but then you explore in 3D. So I'd consider it more of a 3D game, but the 2D is the combat.
See, I was close with Mega Man Legends, but I was like,
"You're getting there." An IP spinoff.
I was gonna ask the question if it starred the Blueprint.
I mean, you kind of knew it already. There you go.
I would never guess Fusion. I'm not a big Mega Man.
A series that I love, that is beloved to me. I love the Battle Network franchise. And with that was the Nerd Gods podcast. Thank you, Nick, for joining.
No problem.
You're welcome anytime. Anytime you want to come
100%.
back.
You've been great. Sorry about me. I'm really not well.
You're fine.
Halfway through the podcast, I started sweating and dying.
Messes you up. The shot messes you up.
Jesus you can check out Nick at Just for Games. Subscribe to him. Just for Fun Games. I'm sorry. I knew that. Just for Fun Games. Go subscribe to him. Subscribe to us. We're on podcast services as well. And
the globe.
Yeah, check out our E3 stuff. We did a lot more stuff than we normally do. We tried really hard this week. We got a new show. Yeah, look at Sims. Sims did a lot of work. We got a new show. We did an MMA show, which is really cool. We're still trying to get our film cast going, but
we've got some episodes recorded though, haven't we? So we got the content. We just got. Yeah. I think if we released it last week, it would have died on its own. So
yeah, we'll get that out soon. And with that, that was episode 71. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Deuces.